Hello everyone, this is Sayan and welcome to my biology class. Today we will discuss about the process of fertilization in human. If you want to know about the detailed mechanism of fertilization, fate of fertilized and unfertilized ovum, then you must watch this video till the end. So let's begin. The simple definition of human fertilization is the fusion of sperm and ovum to form a zygote is known as fertilization or amphimexis. So suppose this is the sperm, a haploid male gamete, and this is an ovum, haploid female gamete. Both of these structures get united with each other and form zygote, a diploid unicellular structure. This is zygote. So this is the basic concept of fertilization, and later this zygote will form the embryo. Now you will all know that the mode of human fertilization is internal, that is, it gets completed entirely inside the female body. So if you want to know the process of human fertilization in details, first of all you have to know about the female reproductive system in details, and here with the help of this particular diagram we will discuss it. This is the structure of female reproductive system. This entire structure is found to locate at near the lower abdomen part of the female body. This structure, the saccular structure, is known as uterus, simply known as womb, and within this structure any fetus or baby will develop in future. This fine tubular structure connected with the uterus at both the ends are known as oviduct or fallopian tube. And the swollen portion, the funnel like structure near the opening of each fallopian tube are known as funnel or fimbriae. They simply help to catch the ovum just released from the ovary. These are the ovary, the primary reproductive organ in female body. They are connected with the help of some ligaments with the exterior muscle lining of the uterus, and they are known to produce ovum. Each ovary will produce ovum in alternative month. So if this ovary produce an ovum this month, then next month this ovary will produce an ovum. And during coitus or mating, the male partner will release sperm. The sperm will enter the female reproductive tract via this passage. So first they will enter the reproductive tract through vagina, then through cervix it will enter the uterus, and from uterus they almost get divided to travel through this oviduct to meet with the ovum. So with the help of this diagram we have learnt about the female reproductive system in details, and now we will discuss about the process of fertilization and the fate of fertilized ovum. Suppose an ovum has been released from this ovary, and the releasing of ovum from the ovary is known as ovulation. After ovulation, this ovum will remain active or alive only for next 24 to 48 hours. So this ovum must be fertilized with the help of some sperms, generally by a single sperm, within this period of time, first 24 to 48 hours, and within this period the ovum will be able to move only up to this region of the fallopian tube. So any sperm has to reach the ovum through this fallopian tube within this period of first 24 to 48 hours after ovulation, and this region, this particular region of the fallopian tube, which is known as ampulla, is the best place of fertilization. So if you are asked that where the fertilization is actually takes place, you should say like that it is the ampullary region of the fallopian tube within the female reproductive system where the actual fertilization, the fusion of sperm and ovum takes place. After that, the ovum will transformed into a zygote, and later on, after 24 hours of forming of zygote, it will start dividing by mitosis and start to form a ball like structure, a multicellular ball like structure. It has found that this embryo, after the formation of zygote, it starts to develop into embryo, and this embryo takes almost 4 to 5 days to reach near the opening of the uterus and fallopian tube. At this stage, this is known as blastocyst, which actually consists of 200 to 300 number of cells. This multicellular ball like structure is now ready for implantation, and here a hormone known as progesterone secreted from an endocrine system or in endocrine portion known as corpus luteum within the ovary. This is actually the remnant of the Graafian follicle that remains within the ovary after the ovulation, and it will continuously secrete progesterone for next 7 to 10 days, which will actually facilitate the process of implantation. So with the help of this hormone progesterone, the blastocyst will get attached anywhere in the internal wall of the uterus. So the hormone progesterone secreted from the corpus luteum will help the process of implantation. Suppose now this structure has been implanted in this wall of the uterus. After completion of successful implantation, this structure will now produce another hormone, the hormone which is known as HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin hormone. This hormone, now this HCG hormone along with the progesterone build the situation like that inside the uterus, which will definitely allow the process of pregnancy, a successful pregnancy for next coming 9 months. Thus, we have discussed the fate of fertilized ovum in details. Now we will learn about the fate of unfertilized ovum. Now we will try to know what will happen if sperms are absent inside the female reproductive tract. Suppose an ovum has been released from this ovary, which will only remain active for next 24 to 48 hours. Now, if it fails to be fertilized by any sperm within this first 24 to 48 hours, it will get destroyed. But the structure will move along the fallopian tube and reach the uterus just like the previous processes. But it is not a zygote or not a embryo. It is only a destroyed ovum. But as the corpus luteum, an endocrine structure, the remnant of the Graafian follicle still present inside the ovary, will continuously secrete progesterone for next 7 to 10 days. So this hormone will actually compel the ovum to bind to get implanted inside the wall of the uterus to create a false pregnancy like situation. So by the effect of progesterone, this ovum may get implanted anywhere in the uterine wall. But as we have earlier discussed that this structure is only an ovum and destroyed ovum, it is not an fertilized embryo or zygote. So it will be unable to produce a very important hormone HCG. So here HCG will definitely not formed with the help of this ovum. So whenever the structure corpus luteum starts to degenerate within the ovary and the blood level of progesterone start to decrease just after 7 to 10 days, this structure, the implanted structure, will then slug off from the uterine wall and flow out from the body with the bleeding, with some blood, which actually lead to the menstrual cycle. So this is the fate of an unfertilized ovum. Thus, we have learned about the process of fertilization as well as the fate of fertilized and unfertilized ovum separately through this video. If you have any question or queries, you can ask me in the comment box. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.